So why are we here? A few years ago, I read a book, The End of Poverty, from Jeffrey Sachs. It's a professor at Columbia University in New York. He has worked for Kofi Annan to work out a plan to reach the Millennium Development Goals. And he wrote a book. The book is called The End of Poverty. And there he explains the reasons behind poverty and the huge problem we have. And he also came up with a vision to approach it in an integrated way. So after reading this, I started to give away that particular book to a few hundred people. And some of them are in the room. And also today you will all meet them who actually read the book and changed their approach. So we are looking at foundations who already existed, who did a certain type of work, let's say adoption programs or water programs or schooling, but singular, not holistic, only one or two interventions. So changing that approach to an integrated approach, that is the sole goal of this foundation, End of Poverty. So that's why we give away books, we have conferences, we write methodologies to spread this knowledge to other foundations, existing foundations who want to change their approach to a more sustainable outcome. So what is it not? It's not a child adoption, it's not boarding schools, it's not an individual package, because we know this kind of help. What is it? Quickly, can they not help themselves? Because why should we all do this effort? Answer is no, they cannot help themselves because there's a trap. And trap means you cannot get out of it. The poverty trap is described in the book of Jeffrey Sachs. It means you can earn just enough money to eat, to survive. So you cannot invest in a cow, you cannot invest in fertilizer, you cannot buy land, you cannot make a borehole. So you cannot move, you just survive. From that trap, someone needs help. So that is the reason that the poorest of the poor, they need a hand. People are really poor, they are sick, often too sick to work, too weak to learn. Children in school without having a proper meal are dull, they are not able to learn. It is proven in practice that having a midday meal improves their marks tremendously. They attend school, so the attendance rate goes up, and when they are in school, they have better marks. So food is very important. They cannot go to the bank because the bank says, I don't make a loan to you. You are too poor, you will never pay back. So we don't do that. There is no connection to the systems we know. We are connected to a lot of systems. They are not connected. They are somewhere down there. They cannot take the first step on the ladder. And saving, when we invest, we lend money, which is money which other people put on the bank. So savings are important for the economy. But they don't make any savings because they eat all their income. And another thing is, they cannot speak up. They cannot make an application form to get something they are entitled to get. They are not able to read. So they are there, systems are there, but they are not connected. Another question before we go to this methodology. Who should we help? What people, which circumstances? Because there are many poor people and some are more poor than others. Well, we say first help the poorest of the poor, where it is deep and persistent poverty. And another major reason, and we come to that during this day, people must be ready, must be willing to get themselves, to work themselves out of poverty. Otherwise it makes no sense. People receive aid, don't move, and they never come out of poverty. So they should be ready. Well, this approach is not coming from the book of Jeffrey Sachs. First, to stress that. Some people think End of Poverty, Jeffrey Sachs, that is a copy of page number such and so. No. What we did through the last 3 years, we took all the good things from the book and from the partners, and we compiled a new methodology. That methodology is basically in 2 big steps. The first big step is to organize a community. Organizing means that some people are standing up and they say, I'm responsible for school, and I'm responsible for water. I will be responsible for the microcredits. So they form committees. And when the committees are there and the people are committed to act, then only we invest money. So if that first step is not going to happen, this village will not be helped. Sometimes it takes a year to organize people to get ready, and then only the project will start. Otherwise you can waste money if you don't make this first step. Now this picture is about reaching 5 goals. It is also about what is the interdependency between those goals. It's quite simple, but we never think about it. When our children go to school, they need food, they need transport, they need a road, otherwise you cannot go to school. So everything has an interdependency. When they are sick, they cannot go to school. Later on, when they want to earn money and they never finish the school, they never make a big income. So good knowledge, good skills is very important to get income. And if you have income, you can pay for the doctor, you can pay for the school, you can pay for the roads, you can pay for the telephone. So all that money is used, again, to reach the goals which are needed in the first place to act. So all those interdependencies make it quite clear that you cannot do one thing. If you only give them a road or just a school or just water, it will collapse in the long run. And to reach the ultimate goal, welfare, so to have a good life, to have some surplus money on the bank, to be able to invest, to take care of handicapped, to take care of elderly people, that's a welfare situation, which we have in Holland on a superb level. Holland is top 5 country in the world of welfare. So now, the next question is, how can we achieve all these goals? Because it's quite a group, 5 goals. To achieve each goal, you need to do an intervention. If there is no road, you have to build a road. If there is no electricity, you connect yourself to the grid. If there's no preschool, you have to organize a preschool. If there is no proper water, you have to organize a borehole or a desalination plant, for example, to make it drinkable. So for each and every goal, there is an intervention. And then the biggest question, suppose we organize it, we build roads, we build houses, we organize everything, we pump in a lot of money, and everyone is happy. Now, does it sustain? Are they able to sustain it themselves? You have to introduce systems, and the systems should be adopted by the people. You have to collect money to do the maintenance in your water pump. So you have to, maybe you have a water collection fee. You can get drinking water for 15 paisa per jerry can, for example. Then you have money to repair and to maintain the water plant. So new systems have to be introduced, mainly in the heads of the people. Systems are always alive in heads of people. So the people have to own these new processes. Also, the people feel helped tremendously at the beginning, but throughout the years, we phase out and they take full responsibility for their village. So in 3 to 5 years' time, the organization withdraws and is only there to monitor and to support. And you are only ready when the new income is so high that they can pay for all those needs. So don't stop with a small increment. Sometimes you have to do 2, 3 steps to have a good, stable income. The last thing is a very important and hard thing to achieve. How are we organized? Since it is only a promotion foundation, what are we doing? What we try to do is to connect people. And we see there are 3 groups of people active in the field. We have funding partners, managing partners and executing partners. Funding partners are people who have a surplus of money. They want to give it away to a certain goal. And they are just searching for good projects. Managing partners are, in Dutch, stichtingen. People who organize themselves in a board and want to do projects. And they are searching for money. Some of their own money is put in, but also they are constantly in search of money. They work together with executing partners, and those partners work in the communities. And they are supported by third parties like doctors, builders, constructors, specialists. So we just take the money and hire the third parties to do the more complicated jobs. Next to that, we have, of course, the government. We need to work together with the government. The government is there to connect with. They are responsible for roads and for schools, and together we have to organize it. Sometimes it's a 50-50 approach, and sometimes it is 100% government, and sometimes the other way. But it's a very important player locally. So we are organizing the network and the methodology.